So, just to... Okay, actually, wait a minute. Have we checked the TV? Oh yeah, last Tanaka. Didn't, yeah, the Love Hotel incident happened then. Well, they came true last time too. They just keep coming true every full moon, and no one seems to realize the connection. Anyway, though, today we're going to be seeing Michael, and I will say, this next quote-unquote chapter, I like to refer to these sections between full moons as chapters. This next chapter is also not going to have all that many social links in it. It's mostly going to be just a little bit of Hangman, and the weird thing is, in fact, it's even more uneventful than the last chapter, if I'll be honest, so it's going to be interesting. But there will be a big segment that's very, very unique that I will want to dedicate some time to talking about specifically. For now, though, we're going to make sure to feed the cat before we go to the social link, so yeah. Okay, so yeah. Seems like it's getting healthier. That's good. Now, let's leave. So again, there is something kind of interesting coming up that I will dedicate time to talk about specifically, because it's actually quite an easy point to screw up the max social links run at, as much as it doesn't seem like it. For now, though, back to the shrine. Oh, there are a few people here. Tell me more! Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Trust me, don't do it. And, yeah, it's not a Sunday, so... Striped Shirt isn't here. Oh. Oh, no. Well, I take it talking about it with her parents didn't go well. Hopefully this will cheer her up. Oh, wow. Ow. I had a feeling she was going to say something like that. Pfft. Yeah, no. This social link has some of the worst responses out of anything in the game. But, of course, understanding is not a stat in this game, so it did nothing to our actual social status. Well, I can see why she doesn't like being at home. But no matter what happens, I mean, you can't think like that. Ah. One of these plans, huh? As much as I normally never encourage a child to run away, kind of feel like it's for the best that she's not at home at this point. And play later we shall, because we'll be seeing her tomorrow as well. Huh, but we can go and try and do Tower tonight.
Hello.
Oh, hi. You're here. You know the police station is selling your clothes? Don't you find that a little bit weird? And you're still saying the same thing. And yeah, there's nothing all that much that we can do now. So let's go over here, and I think we'll try and see Tower tonight. I mean, no real reason not to. It's pretty much the only thing we can do tonight productive. Nothing useful at the arcade, no other way to max our academics other than studying and Wednesdays and Saturdays, so no real reason not to do Tower tonight. Don't know if this will be an actual rank up or if it will just be a spend time session. But no more apathy syndrome people around here, so that's good. And the next area of Tartarus is not open yet. Normally we go to Tartarus tonight, but we'll see. Maybe one day I'll have a matching persona for this, but it's not really necessary. I tend to not really like Tower. Okay, yeah, it's just a spend time. And we didn't even get a real relationship may become stronger soon. So yeah, like I said, Tower is fairly tricky to raise later on. And this means no studying. So while it seems like Tower's gone by pretty quickly, it may be stalling for a little while. I wonder who this will be.
Hi, how are you?
I'm gonna have a heart attack of not surprise.
I remembered something else. The end won't be brought about by anyone in particular.
Okay, so that means we can rule out Takaya as a suspect?
It's coming because there are many people who wish for it, as if it was destined from the start. But doesn't that seem like a strange thing to wish for?
Definitely.
Are you certain? What about those who hope for an end to their suffering, who wish to find peace?
Well, you've certainly got dark all of a sudden.
Well, enough about that for now. There's something else I wanted to tell you today.
Okay, then.
Soon, the poisonous flowers will bloom.
What?!
1 in your own garden, and 3 in the garden opposite yours.
Could you maybe stop speaking in weird metaphors and actually just outright tell us what's going on?
I don't know whether or not this has anything to do with the end, but you should be careful. I'll come again if I find out anything useful. That's what friends are for, right?
Yes, friends are all about telling each other weird metaphors involving poisonous flowers in people's gardens. But at least it's another rank up for the social link. Yep, it was 3 before, now it's 5. Death skips a lot of ranks. Huh. We're already halfway through both of our plot social links. Again, I wonder if that implies anything. So, like I said, today we'll be seeing Maiko again. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, normally we get this after we come home in the evening, but this is our first time getting it in the room watching TV. What does Gary Stu watch when there's no Tanaka on? Yeah, so we've got a change in Tartarus for the first time. Though I don't think we can afford to go now. Tomorrow we might go. That is, if tomorrow isn't, in fact, a no Tartarus day. Usually whenever Elizabeth says that there's a change in Tartarus, you usually can go that day, but we'll see. Because I get the feeling that we'll have a...
It's me.
Oh, hi, Mitsuru.
I'm sorry to bother you while you're resting, but can I have a word with you?
Yeah, Gary Stu's room is always open to beautiful ladies. You have nothing to worry about. Actually, you have everything to worry about, but that'll be for later when your social link is actually available.
Good morning. There's something I need to tell everyone, but I think it would be best if you saw it for yourself. Come to the 4th floor meeting room when you get home tonight, okay? I'll see you then.
This again, huh? Everything has just been so mysterious lately. And surely Mitsuru doesn't have another evil grandfather hanging around in her past or anything. But yeah, like I said, let's not really worry too much about all these plot events that have been going on. Instead, it's time to see my goal, which is perhaps just as depressing as a lot of the plot events that have been going on. Are you saying anything different? No, you are not. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We know from earlier cutscenes there was 3 of them, and the boy did mention 3 poisonous flowers. Alternatively, the poisonous flowers could be referring to, you're still saying the same thing, could be referring to all of the people that Gary Stu is two-timing and is thus going to be burned by their jealousy. And, yeah, you're all pretty much saying the same thing. So yeah, there actually is summer school coming up. That's a hint at something that's also. There's the Obon Festival coming up. And none of that matters to us at all, because we can't drive. Seriously, those dates are completely meaningless to this game's actual gameplay, so ignore them. But what we are going to do is, we're going to go and feed the cat again. I'm pretty sure we'll need one more time, though. But it's always good to knock out another request, especially since Elizabeth will have a whole batch of new requests for us. In fact, I should try and check those relatively soon. I don't think there's going to be another one of those get item from party member at dorm on specific day requests for a little while longer, but it's always good to keep an eye out for those. They're some of the easiest to miss. So this will be the 3rd time. Yeah, definitely at least 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4. So we'll come back. Yeah, hopefully we will be able to come back tomorrow, I just realized, because what we're doing tomorrow is not going to use up the whole day or anything. What are you guys saying? No, stop! Do not go to beach! You will be hit on by Gary Stu! Anyway. Yes, now it's also Michael. But tomorrow will be something new, though. Yep, still bad. Now, matching personas are going to be getting a little interesting soon, so next time we go to Tartarus, I may need to sort out some things. Oh, hey look, there's actually a Shisa over there. It's pretty much exactly the same as that persona. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they took the same model and just made it look like a statue. Well, here... yeah, either of these work. Kind of interesting since they're both actually very different, but they both apparently work. Just, such a nice conversation to be having when you have a smile on your face. You don't need that stuff as is actually the best option to say here, but I actually think the health insurance card might be a good thing to have. We've just encouraged a young girl to run away from home. Though in this case, again, it almost feels like she'd actually be safer that way. Hangman Social Link, level 6. It's just like the Parent Trap, except with less twins. And more angst. Oh hey, we've got the exact same music, so we can just keep the music playing.
Does this mean we have a new mission?
Well, we'll be going back into Tartarus soon.
I don't know. The alarm's not ringing.
Ooh, Gary still enters with the two ladies. Makes perfect sense.
Koro-chan?
I had a feeling this is what this was about. Wow, look at Koro-chan, he looks amazing.
Are you okay? Where'd you get this collar?
That collar is designed to help control his persona. In other words, it's an evoker for dogs.
With less of the awkward symbolism.
Wait, does that mean he'll be going into battle?
He did take out a shadow all by himself back at the shrine.
It was a surprise for me as well, but according to the tests, it's quite possible. In fact, it was the chairman's suggestion. We'll be looking after him here in the dorm.
Is that okay with you, Koro-chan?
Well, good thing we have a translator on hand.
He said, I'll return the favor.
We did save him.
Man, you're one loyal dog.
Hey, make yourself at home. The more the merrier, right? Who cares if you're a dog? All right, I'll take him for a walk. It's summer break after all.
Yes, it is. Enjoy your vacation while you can. Summer classes start next week.
Why did you have to say that?
I'll see to it that you graduate.
Hey, good one, senpai. You almost had me there.
3 seconds to inevitable soul-crushing realization. 3, 2...
Oh, it's no joke. We'll be taking intensive courses. I've already applied for all of us. I know how difficult it's been balancing school and our late-night excursions. You haven't had much time to study. I apologize for that.
Well, we've had every night, and the quiz games on Saturdays, which actually, by the way, is tonight, so we can actually be out there studying right now.
That's why the chairman agrees that this is a good idea. I thought I told Takeba and Yamagishi.
Well...
Are you serious? This is the first I've heard of it.
I guess both of them tried to forget. Yeah, okay, if I really was still at school and I got hit with something like this, I definitely would be absolutely, completely, soul-crushingly destroyed.
Sorry. I forgot to mention it.
Aw, man.
Hey, with your grades, you should be thanking her.
Not sure if compliment or insult?
Yeah, right. Ugh, this sucks. Don't you think?
Yeah, I know exactly how he feels here.
Well, it's only for a few weeks, so let's make the most of it.
It's actually for about a week or so, but it does mean that we have a big amount of skip time in this chapter. So, the full moon, the next full moon, it's gonna come sooner than you think, just like the last one. In fact, this one actually is even more sudden, so we're really going to have to get cracking on Tartarus and these two. Oh, yeah, Koromaru. Yeah, Koromaru is awesome. So, by the way, we now have a new party member. Yep, the dog has actually joined our party. I always like it when RPGs experiment with non-human party members. I mean, sometimes they work out not too great, and admittedly, Koromaru is a little hit and miss, but we'll see when we go to Tartarus. He's a pretty nice addition. So, we've already seen one of these. One of the rewards for Elizabeth's request was a bone, which is Koromaru's joke weapon, which, yeah, you could see its icon was a knife back then. So Koromaru's main gimmick is being extremely accurate, but doing fairly weak damage. I'll do a more complete analysis of his battle style when we next go to Tartarus. So, Koromaru joining now introduces a new mechanic, taking him for a walk. On certain days, you'll be able to take Koromaru out for a walk, and there are various benefits of doing this. Sometimes you'll get new, unique scenes. Sometimes you'll meet your social links while you're walking and get an increase in points towards them. The guide will always mention days when an important walk event happens, so keep track of that. Oh, okay, I guess, yeah, Yukari spoiled that a little too early. Yep, that's what we're doing, it's the one thing that we have left, although ironically, little does she know, Gary Stu is only raising his academics to put moves on her. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Now we have shadow slaying dogs. That was a weird metaphor. Yes, it will. I think you two are going to get along just fine. Yeah. Although, that last option is pretty funny, though. Yeah, I get that feeling. I completely get that feeling. But anyway, so like I said, tonight we have the option to increase our academics, but I might actually go ahead and... I may actually save tonight, just in case tomorrow we're not able to go to Tartarus. I'm pretty sure that we are, and if we are able to, I'll definitely want to go, because I'd rather spend tonight boosting academics. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and save now. Now, also, there are a few pretty unique things that we have to do tomorrow, so tomorrow's gonna be kind of interesting. Tonight, though, pretty standard. I think I'm going to, rather than see... Now that I think about it, though, we have the summer lecture next week. We may not actually be able to see Tanaka on Tuesday. And if Mitsuru was right about the summer lecture increasing academics, I mean, at the moment, it's not that high a priority that we increase academics because we've already hit a major milestone that we need, which is 4, and we won't hit the next major milestone until way later on. So, I think I'm going to actually talk to Tanaka tonight. Yes, valuable life lessons. Well, I mean, admittedly, the previous rank, Garistu heard something that he would consider a valuable life lesson. The fact that a seeing bikini lens is marketable. What about this time? Huh. Who is he talking about? So, one of your employees actually has morals? Okay. And that makes you angry at him. Why? I failed to see you as the good guy in this scenario. But let's just play along with it. Maybe if you stopped antagonizing your employees, they'd stop doing this. Well, you'd certainly get along with a character from Persona 5. Wait a minute. Did we just... I think he may have revealed something to us just then. And you're totally not contributing to the ugly realities of business. We've got our first hints of something here. Is it possible there's more to Tanaka than we thought? Huh, no threats that time either. And so, it's study time. Wait a minute, I shouldn't have done that. If I'm planning on going to Tartarus. That was not a good idea. That was really bad. And I think I'm going to pay for it because I know how my luck works. Okay, good. My luck did not betray me there. Well, in fact, in some ways, I guess it did betray me because it didn't go badly like it usually does. But, okay, that... I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. But I didn't pay for it. I got lucky that time. I'm not used to Sundays being Tartarus days. I really hope this is a Tartarus day. But hey, let's see what you're selling now that you've fired one of your employees. So what do you got now? Omega Spear. 5 veggie supplement. Okay, the thing is, that's a bit of an equipment spoiler as well. We have no use for that yet. So, I'm going to avoid wasting money on it. I still get the feeling that even if we... Well, okay, actually, technically speaking, it's not an equipment spoiler, because the protagonist can still use spears, so it actually isn't useless, but even if... I still think that we could make a better one of those with a Nile weapon anyway. Now... Okay, yeah, Koromaru's persona is Cerberus, obviously. Now, I am going to talk more about that later. Now, you'll notice that nothing is happening with Koromaru yet. That will change. But first... Hey Ken, I'm sure you'll really enjoy what's on TV. And be very tsundere about it's not like I like this show or anything. Episode 25, The Shadow's Half Smile. Has a shadow lost its mind after seeing the light? This show is... No, there's no way this show is inspired by real... No way, not at all. Absolutely not inspired by real events. I saw you there, Fuka. Well, it depends. We'll have to see. And you're not saying anything new. Okay, so... Before we do our social link today, there's something important we have to do first. For the first time in a long time, we have... Defeat the cat again, I just remembered. But after that, we have our first social link flag in a long time. It's an event that we need in order to initiate a social link later, but the social link itself won't start now. Remember how we had to get the Mad Bull and Weird Takoyaki to make Michael's social link available? Well, that's similar to what we're going to be doing today. But the reason why we couldn't do it until now is this flag involves Koromaru. It also involves someone who doesn't appear until Sundays. Now, I think this is the last time. Yep, the weak cat has evolved into Contented Cat. Yep, to regain its energy. let's maybe go away before it gets enraged at the smell of Koromaru on us. Not that all cats don't get on well with dogs. I mean, I've had in my experience, like, I gave a kitten that we, because I had one cat and they ended up having kittens, and, gave one of the kittens to my dad who had a dog, and the kitten got on really, really, really well with the dog, actually. I don't mean to get into depressing territory at all, but, the dog eventually passed away, and the now grown-up cat actually slept on the dog's grave the night after it happened, which was pretty amazing. Like, they were really good friends. Anyway, though, what we're going to do now is striped shirts here, because it's a Sunday. Can you see our persona? Oh, yes, okay. This was why I wanted to get rank 4 academics quickly. I was worried about this, and in fact, I was right to be worried. This was sooner than I thought it was. I thought you didn't need rank 4 until you actually started this guy's link. No, you need rank 4 to even do the flag to start the link. So, I am so glad for this. You need rank 4 academics to do this. So, yeah, I'm very glad that I've got it. Have you been to the Velvet Room? Okay. Now, this is a bit of a major guide dang it moment. I really have no idea how anyone would figure this out without a guide. And we do need to do this today. We need to go back to the door. Wait. Okay, I hope that this doesn't... If this advances time, I can always stop it. But the next time we're at the dorm... Let me just see. Does this immediately... Oh yeah, no, it'll automatically become nighttime. Let's not do that. Because we have a social link to do. But let's remember what he said, because we're going to need to do something at nighttime once we're back at the dorm. We're actually going to be going to the Iwatodai station. And when we're here... This one's actually a little bit tricky. Notice that guy there? That is Mamoru, the rival we met at the sports club tournament. It can be a little hard to see him. He's on this bench here outside of Wild Duck Burger in the sunlight. Doesn't help that Mamoru looks very generic as far as NPCs go, so it can be pretty easy to miss him. But yeah, remember how he promised to hang out? Let's take him up on that offer. Oh, right. And you need, I believe, level 2 courage to start this link, which we are way ahead of that. So, no need to worry if you've been following the guide at all. And yeah, this is why I feel like Mamoru makes so much more sense in Athletics Club, but I just, again, think Kendo is cooler. You realize what's in that, right? Too late. And this being just an initiation, it's completely fine what you say here, doesn't matter. Swallow it whole. Of course it's a tie. Now I need to have both of you make Constitution saving throws to avoid... Wait, this is a critical roll. Well, I mean, given it's this guy, you probably expected to lose. Star athletes in more ways than one, because this is a new social link. The social link of... literally, the Star Arcana. The Star Arcana represents hope, self-esteem, altruism, and joy. It's naturally one of the more positive arcana, and it's significant that it comes directly after the Chariot, representing hope coming from tragedy. The Chariot is life's hardships that you've endured and have since found hope and renewed self-confidence after. The star is also a major representation of personal growth. In particular, when the whole tarot deck is taken to mean a journey of one person, the star marks the point where they're really starting to find their own confidence, and basically the true part where things start looking really up for them. Characters who represent the Star Arcana in terms of social links tend to play into the themes of finding self-confidence and self-esteem, and also finding hope from some kind of tragedy in the past. In this game it's represented by Mamoru Hayase, the rival athlete that we meet during the sports club tournament. Now, this is kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure that you are forced into a sports club if you're not in one by a certain point of the game, so I don't think you can miss this. You do need level 2 in courage to talk to him, but if you've been following this guide, you are way ahead of that by this point in the game. Also, according to the guide, he's available normally on Mondays to Sundays, that is all week, but after rank 9, he's only available on school days. But by that point, you've almost maxed the link anyway, so it's unlikely to be that big a deal. The Star Arcana is an interesting one in terms of popularity with fans, as I found that Mamoru tends to be one of the least liked social links in this game, being generally considered to be very generic and even dull by some people. However, in gameplay, the Star Arcana is very, very, very popular, mainly for its ultimate persona, which is generally regarded as one of the best in the game. But it's also got several other good ones. So, what does the star do in gameplay? It's kind of weird. I've been researching all of the personas in it, and there isn't that much of a general theme in terms of their gameplay, like, skill specializations. A lot of them tend to use wind. The wiki says they tend to use wind and ice and often be weak to fire, but I did not see that. In fact, there are some personas in this Arcana that are actually quite strong against fire, so I'm not really sure about that. In terms of mythology, personas of this Arcana tend to be either mythological figures associated with astrology, or those that were just famed figures in their particular mythologies, or many talented deities, though a lot of personas from this Arcana come from Hindu mythology. Not sure of the full significance of that, but it is something I wanted to point out. In addition to the ultimate persona, if you're playing the PSP version, Kartikeya, one of the personas of this Arcana, is very important, because it's required to get the female protagonist's ultimate weapon, the ultimate Naginata, so that's a definite one to fuse. And it's highlighted in purple on my list. Just as a recap, that means that it's only available from Elizabeth's date requests, so be sure to complete those. Speaking of the PSP version, for the female protagonist in that version, the star social link is actually Akihiko. This one is removed entirely. And yeah, I know Akihiko is actually Emperor, for some reason he's the star social link in that game. Just, I don't know, weird things like that. But his is kind of interesting. It is infamous for being one of the more god-dang-it social links in the game, especially if you're trying to romance him, because it involves choosing an option at one point that doesn't give you the most points, but much, much later in the link unlocks the romance. And also, well, there are certain things that make his social link a little trickier than normal, but to say what they are would hint at major spoilers, so I'm not gonna say for now. I will say here though, even if you're not doing a max social links run, I highly recommend you max this one. because the ultimate persona that you get out of it is generally regarded as one of the best, if not the best, persona in the entire game. Well, that's certainly how it goes in Pokemon's battle facilities in some of the earlier games. Yeah. Except for the Battle Dome, where sometimes if you tied, you would win if you were more favored to win. But yeah, I like that. That was cool. It allowed me to easily get through the earlier fights by just bringing someone with Explosion in a double battle and just blowing up everything. And it would deem me the winner by default because my Pokemon were just better. But that strategy does not carry you later on, at all. Then in the Battle Tower, it's like if you tie, oh, I'm sorry, did you tie? Oh, I win, because I'm the AI and I'm a cheater. So, taking him out for a walk at night. This is something new that we can do with Koromaru. If I can find him. Where is he? Koromaru, where are you? You should be somewhere around here. I need to talk to you for more reasons than one. Please tell me you're upstairs. Yes, you are. So, if we pick this up, it's the red fountain pen. Again, I have no idea how you're supposed to know about this without a guide, but yeah. You'll probably discover it accidentally when trying to walk Koromaru anyway, but we now have the red fountain pen. We can now start the Sun social link the next time we get the chance. This is even better than your last one, and that's really saying something. No, I think he's trying to say the exact opposite. We can go now. I just realized this may be our first opportunity to actually walk Koromaru. We'll become ordinary high school students. Oh no! Right, I just need to check to see if we actually do need to walk Koromaru tonight, because if we do, then I'm gonna go to Tartarus tomorrow if I can. Oh, okay, we actually don't need to walk Koromaru tonight. So that's good, we are free to go to Tartarus. Okay, we can go for a walk. Oh, and you can only do this if you haven't already gone out at night, so you can spend the evening walking Koromaru. Sometimes you get special scenes with the other dorm mates. Like I said, the Max Social Links guide will tell you whenever these happen. Oh, I'm so sorry, Koromaru, I'm so sorry. Oh, at least it... Well, you know what? We're gonna give him a pretty good workout tonight, because we'll be going to Tartarus and we'll be bringing him. So we'll still be spending some time with him. And you're not saying anything different. What about you? Well, I'm really glad that we've hit rank 4 academics, because if we didn't, we would have been in trouble at this point. And you're already saying that. Everyone here seems fine. So yeah, it feels like... Have I checked what's on TV? I have, so it'll be time to go to Tartarus tonight. So I'll save now and I'll see you there.